on, man? Y'all talking about showtime? I am the definition of showtime, man. Ooh, this is what the hell I do. This is what you do. Don't let nobody think nothing else differently, man. Prove that shit not only to you, but to your family, to your people, the people behind you, man. When they hear me talk, when they hear me speak, they know I'm coming with it. You know why? Because I've got all this pain that I've built up all these years, man. Them told me no. They got me thinking I'm about to retire because they keep telling me no. They gonna tell you no. They gonna tell you no all the time, man. Let that shit rock today, bro. Go win a championship right now. They don't start next week. They don't start next Monday, next Tuesday. That shit start today. Go take that shit, man.
Look, this isn't just a podcast, this is motivation. They be like, Rez training who? I just know they hating. We ain't being patient, cause that mean that we be waiting. We just seeing greatness, I don't want it if it's painless. But that's in the past tense. Since I put the weed down, I've been snapping. Always had the tools to make it happen. Whether it was playing ball or in rapping. Wasn't one box, these characters can have me trapped in. The cycle of a black man, I'm just trying to break it. All by myself, with them L's, I had to face it. Life is what you make it, you can't let nobody take it. Gotta watch out for them papers, stack your bread, don't stay complacent. God's gift.
Welcome back to Showtime Speaks the Keep Going podcast. Come on! Hey, Kenny, I couldn't wait. The energy is in the building. Stop playing. And if you made it to this part of the video, like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Come on, man. Oh, my goodness. I've been waiting on that moment. I was waiting for my,
I was waiting for my come in, bro.
Go ahead. Listen, I can't help myself, man. Once that energy start rolling, I'm rolling. Come on. He said right now.
I feel it is a lot of energy in the building, man. A lot of energy in the building.
What's up, man? What's going on, bro? What's up?
Yeah, bro. It's good, bro. We here, man. We here. Another episode.
Another one, man.
Back to back with Rez Camp Spotlight again.
Yeah,
you know, me and you had a lot of conversations where like, and I've been saying to you, like, bro, this is the route that we want to take it. You know what I mean? Bro. Don't get me wrong, it's good getting everybody else on, but like, I feel like our purpose, me and your purpose, is to really put the youngins on and give them a voice. So
1,000%,
like,
bro.
it's always good to have another youngin coming on, doing big things, get his story out there and just to let the world know who's coming. And again, it's always good to give the youth a voice, and I can't wait for another episode, bro.
Nah, same, bro. Like, I just, like, when we get to this point, like, to see how our growth is, like, growing because of this spotlight, this is our realm, bro. Like you said, man, like, bro, having a chance to give all these young dudes a voice. You know what I'm saying? We all post pictures on social media. We post a couple videos. We post a couple highlights, but we never really get a chance to hear that voice. So today, man, this next guest that we got, man, he definitely gonna come on here and share his voice, man. But before we do that, we gotta announce all the stuff that we got going on before we even get to that. I want you guys to know, starting May 1st, man, we got exclusive Keep Going merch coming soon. I ain't gonna give you too much information on what we got coming, but just know, next week's episode, I'm gonna reveal what's gonna happen and what's gonna be going down. But we got some stuff that's gonna be predicated in motivation towards mental health awareness. So I'm excited to bring that to you. I'm excited to present that. And make sure, if you haven't got your Keep Going merch, go get that thing right now. Go ahead, Kenny. What you got going on?
Yeah, bro. My annual Rez Camp for the kids coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up, bro.
It's coming up May 31st. Normally, we do it a little later in the summer, but decided to do it right before school ended just to, you know, promote kids really being active when the summertime comes. You know, a lot of kids, you know, get in the habits of waking up late and stuff like that. So I really wanted to do it before school ended just to, you know, start the summer off with a bang and just to promote kids being active and, you know, to promote some of the things that I'll be doing this summer because I'll be back this summer as well. So May 31st, teaming up with the Country Hawk and Borough, ages 6 to 13, girls and boys, all sports, no matter what sport you play.
Come on.
I mean, come out, have a good day with the fam.
You already know, bro. Hopefully I'll be there, man. I got to give my annual speech that I give every single year, man. Excited. Super excited. Before we even get to the guest, before we even get to that point, you know we got to get to the sponsor, man. And you know this is my favorite part of the episode. Big shout out to the Oh my God, I can't even get it out. Big shout out to the sponsor, Cozy Jeweler, the jeweler that keeps us cool. Oops, I meant cozy. Stop playing. Step up to the 5 C's. Color, clarity, cut, carrot, cozy, diamond. Come on, man. Go get you some. Come on, man. Go get you some. Go get you a piece of diamond. Go get you something. Go visit CozyJewels.com. Go visit him at Newtown Square, man. The guy, the myth, the legend, man. Cozy Jewelers, man. That's my guy, man. Big shout out to the family.
Yeah, shout out to Cozy.
All right, here we go. The moment that we've been waiting for, man. The introduction, man. You know we always go crazy with the introduction. We like to get the drum roll. All right, here we go. Mr. Rameir Hardy, St. Joe's Prep is in the building. Philly is in the building. One of the hardest workers I know. One of the most well-rounded. 3-time state champ. I'm correct? Three times?
3 times.
3 times. Stop playing.
3
Triple
times.
tough commit. Rameir Hardy, what's going on, bro? What's up?
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for having me on. You know, it's an honor.
Come on,
it's a
man.
crazy podcast, crazy energy. You feel me? Keep going. That's the only thing we know.
Yeah.
You know, I met Sheet a long time ago.
Yeah, bro.
2 years.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago.
Yeah, bro.
And his energy been off the charts. You know, it's a blessing to be in his presence. You know, being from the city, especially from the inner city, a lot of poverty, a lot of mental health going on. You know, we want to raise awareness to mental health
1000%.
and all that's going on and really give people a place to speak. And I think I got that opportunity today, and I'm grateful for y'all having me on. I appreciate you, Kenny Reyes, Showtime Speaks.
Yes, sir.
You know, we in the building, 3-time state champ. You know, I ain't gonna do too much. So,
Hey, youngin, I ain't gonna hold you. You gave me the chills right there, youngin. I ain't gonna cat, bro.
Yo, listen,
Yeah.
Philly in the building. What they talking about?
Yeah.
He came on
I like
with
that.
it.
I like.
Bro,
I like
he
that.
might be
I
the
like
first
that.
guest that came on here. I'm talking about straight
Yeah,
out of
I
high
like-
school with more confidence than anybody, bro.
I like
and
it. I like it.
If it's one thing that I like about you, Rameir, man, it's like, bro, you know how to hold yourself, bro. You know how to speak up when you need to speak. Bro, and I'm just like, before we even get started, I'd like to tell the guests how proud I am. Bro, I'm proud of you, kid.
thank you.
Just to know you over these last couple of years and meeting you at the box up there with Paul and Ike and everybody, like, bro, I'm super proud to see how much you've grown. I'm super proud to see how you work. I'm super proud to see how your have progressed over the years. I just want to give you your flowers before, you know what I'm saying, before the night is over.
Thank you. And the same for you. You know, I watch your shows. I watch, you know, your stories, and your energy is unmatched. You know, everybody that come on, they get a voice. They get to be able to speak up and speak about what's going on and how their journey has, like, you know, come apart.
Yeah, bro.
And, you know, being able to come on here today is really a blessing. You know, I've been talking to my family. You know, Easter just passed, and then I had my godmom birthday. We was talking, and I was just like, you know, they ain't believing us.
Yeah, bro.
And when I say they, I just mean the world. You know,
bro.
we young black men from the inner community, from the inner city, and some that we did and some that we do is, you know, play football. We play football. That's a part of who we are. But we also smart and educated.
1000%.
And you know, we was able to do something that many people not able to do. You know, we went to good schools, got a good education.
Yeah.
And now for me, I'm gonna be going on to Temple to play football. You know, in the heart of North Philly. A lot of people ask, why I stay in the city? Why not get away? It's too dangerous. Well, you know, it's been dangerous our whole life.
Yeah, bro. Come on,
Why
man.
run now? You know what I mean?
I like it. I like it.
Man, yo.
I like it.
If people, I know,
I like
and you speaking on it, if people don't know who Rameir Hardy is, man, who is Rameir?
You know, as Ike say, I'm TP, total package. I'm not just a football player. I'm not just a student.
Yeah, man.
I'm not just a black man. I'm all those things in one. You know,
bro.
I speak when I gotta speak. I be quiet when I gotta be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm smart in the classroom. I stand up for what's right. I'm a great football player. I'm a great son, great brother. You know, and I'm also, you know, super proud of everything that I've done.
Yeah,
I don't say it a lot, but over these last 6-7 years, I started studying on Khan Academy to be able to get into the prep. You know, working out multiple times a day, getting up 4 or 5 in the morning to go to practice and be on time, and you know, give everything I got. You know, I watched my mom get up for my whole life. She get up every day, tired, no matter what's going on. She go to work,
1000%, man.
and you know, I don't think I would be doing her justice if I was to sleep in or if I was to not go to practice or I was not to keep working. You know, I got my little brother. He over there. He looking up to me, 12 years old.
Yeah, bro.
So every day I get up, it's just like, I gotta keep going. No matter what's going on, no matter how short a body is, no matter what's going on, you gotta keep going. And I think the prep has really given me that platform to keep going, because even when things got rough, you know, I had people to talk to.
Yeah, bro.
I had trainers, I had teachers, I had administrators to just sit down, you know, catch my breath, take a deep breath, get some water, and then go back to attacking the day.
1000%, bro.
But it's important that we know, you know, when it's time to slow down, when it's time to just take a break. But that ain't right now.
Yeah, bro.
That's not right now.
I love it, man. I love it, man. Kenny, what's
Yo,
up,
how old are you? How old are you, man?
I'm 18.
He sounds like a pro right now. I ain't gonna cap.
Hey, bro.
I ain't gonna cap.
It's surprising, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've had a lot of,
younger.
It's beautiful to see, because we've had a lot of conversations, but hearing him be on this platform and seeing him doing what he's doing, man, this is uncharted territories for me. I ain't never seen you act like this.
I like it.
Love it, bro.
I like it, bro.
This how you can tell that, like, he's been raised the right way. He been around the right people. He been around some good energy and people who have been inspiring him and putting him in position to be who he is, man. Boy.
I just want to say, bro, I just want to say, you know, the thing that just caught me, and you said, who is Rameir? He said the total package. Now, I mean, a lot of us, and including us, sometimes we look at ourselves as just football players, just trainers and stuff like that. But like you said, bro, you more than that. And it's cool to see that you already know that. And that's going to even help you out later on. Know what I mean? So for you knowing that right now, that's good. But my question to you is, bro, like, when did it all start from you, bro? Like, when did you start playing football? Did you play other sports when you were younger? Like, what you do when you was younger? Like, how'd you start playing football?
So I started playing football when I was 5. You know, down at the Frankfurt Chargers, you know, right in the projects in the middle of the trenches. And I would walk over to practice, or sometimes I'd get dropped off to practice. It was just like 2-3 blocks from the house. And that's where I started. I don't remember too much of those days, but I remember, you know, just going to the field around 4:30, 5 o'clock, play some basketball before practice, go to practice hard at the football, go back over to the basketball court, play some more. As soon as the lights come off, you know, go back in the house. And from a young age, I always played both sports. And then I even started playing baseball around like 10. And it was just cool to just go out there, catch. I could throw, so I would play center field. Yeah, I had a cannon, but I couldn't pitch or nothing. I didn't know how to hit. So I played baseball, football, and basketball. And then around 4th grade, I seen Ike and my brother basketball game. My brother that's here with me right now, Ryan. Yeah, I was playing basketball on the court because I really like basketball. Everybody thought I was gonna play basketball. You know, I was like Draymond Green. I always get a tech every game just because how passionate I was. But basketball was where it was at for me. You know, I went to the basketball courts every day. And one time I went to my brother game, I met Ike. I'm shooting the basketball during halftime. Ike walked up to me. He said, "What school you go to?" I said, "Stern." Stern was the neighborhood school right across the street from my grandpa's house. I go to Stern every day. I had a great experience there. You know, I think they shaped me into who I am today. Yeah. But Ike said, "You want to come to my school?" He said, "We want to go to high school." That's what he said after that. I said, "St. Joe's Prep." This was in 4th grade. I never envisioned going to any other high school but the Prep. And he said, "All right, we're going to make that happen. I'm going to tell your mom, transfer you to my school, and we're going to study to get into the Prep," because he knew how hard it was. From 6th grade to 8th grade, I studied, and I took 2 summer programs to be able to get into Prep. Wow. And it was great. It was a great time. I learned a lot. You know, even after school, I would go into the classroom. He would do some math because that was where I struggled at a little bit. Like, I got great grades, you know, but at that age, I just really needed to hone in on my math skills. Yeah. And he would take his time out of his day, time away from his family, to just sit down with me and do some math problems. And from there, the rest is history. You know, I got into the Prep, and what we call it the team. You know, we got a lot of dot connectors on the team, and we try to make everything matter, everything count, every conversation, every interaction. We try, you know, connect people with the right people, and that's how I met Sheed. Through the box. The box is you know, we have a great time, but at the end of the day, it's a networking space. Everybody in there, we all know each other. Everybody got their own lane, but if our lanes, you know, cross, then we gonna help each other out. So, you know, that's why I'm sitting here today.
Nah, yeah, man. And to reflect off that relationship, I remember, you know, introducing me and you, and I remember, you know, we sat down, we were right at the front row of the box, and you were showing me your highlight tape. And it's crazy, and the best thing about this was when he turned on the film, Kenny, it looked like I was watching myself. And at that point, it was just like, bro, I really like this kid because I see a version of myself who I once was, and he was wearing 88. So it really just like clicked in my mind that like, yo, I gotta constantly and consistently like check up on him, be there for him, and be some kind of light to him because I see something special in him, bro. And that passion and that energy that you have, yo, that's crazy because I see myself in you, bro. And to watch that, like, take place and evolve, I'm proud. But the best thing about that was when you were showing me your highlight tape, bro, this was before your senior year. You weren't just showing me the catches. Bro, Kenny, he was showing me him blocking. So you know how I feel about that. You know how I feel about blocking as a receiver. You got to be a different type of dude to be in them trenches and throwing your body around and being passionate and doing what you're doing. We ain't just receivers.
Now that we talk about that, though,
we enforcers.
On that topic, growing up, I was a quarterback. I was a quarterback my freshman year at the prep. You know, we lost.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I was a quarterback my whole life. My pop was a quarterback. My brother was a quarterback. We was all quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we did. And coach, I had a meeting with one of my coaches, and they said, "Hey, you know, we got our starter for the next couple of years. Like senior year, you'll be able to go out and try and win a job.
Yeah.
Or you can come play right now." I said, "Hey, coach, anywhere I can get on the field, that's what we gonna do. I don't want to wait."
Yeah.
He said, "You want to play special teams?" I said, "Yeah." So every day I went against Josiah Trotter, Anthony Saka, you know, them linebackers on special teams.
1,000%.
And they hated me for it because that's all I had at the time. It was 10th grade, 11th grade. That's all I had. I had to go and get it. Yeah. So from there, my coach, he taught me how to run routes, and Coach Ryan Morrison, you know, he really locked in with me, and he saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. I didn't even know how I'd be able to play wide receiver until he said, you know, we can make something out of nothing. You know, you got the athletic ability. And that's what we did. I never played wide receiver a day in my life before 10th grade, ever. I never even lined up in a stance.
I wanna ask you how that make you feel though, because like you see like, because I'm just putting it into the pro aspect. You see like when Lamar Jackson and other like athletic quarterbacks go into the league, they try to switch them to like a receiver position. How'd that make you feel though? Like, did you feel some type of way? Like, nah, you know what I mean? Or like, you didn't want to prove them wrong that, nah, I'm a quarterback and I'm going to show you?
Nah, to be honest, I didn't feel no type way only because, like I said, we got a team.
Yeah.
So when we walked into the prep, we knew who was on our team.
Yeah.
So when somebody from the team come and say, do X, Y, and Z, that's what we had to do.
Yeah.
And we did it. And we made the most out of it. I became a Division I wide receiver in 3 years. And 2 of the summers I was hurt. So, you know, the sky's the limit. And when you trust in the team and you trust in what your people is telling you, then, you know, we just put it in the guy hands after that and we work every day.
Bro.
So when they came to me, at first I was just like, I didn't even think nothing of it. I didn't even say it in my head, like, I'm not about to be able to play quarterback no more. Immediately I thought, how can I play? Yeah. He said, special teams. I went out, I played special teams. I'm currently the leading punt blocker in the history of St. Joe's Prep.
Come on now.
Come on now. In the whole country.
Yeah, bro.
And that's fact. So,
yo, but this is so crazy because we so relatable, bro. Because I got like 3 punt blocks in college. Like, bro, it's crazy. Playing DN in high school, didn't play receiver until senior year. Like, bro, man, you worked your ass off to get to where you are, bro, and it's got to be respected. It has to be respected, man. I'm proud of you, dog. Like, this is, I love it, man. I love it, man, because when you grow and you get older, bro, and you start seeing like a reflection of you in people, it starts to like, you be like, dang, like, okay, how can I help influence that? How can I help impact that? And to see you, man, is I want to hear you talk about your family, though, man. Talk about your brothers. Talk about your family. Talk about how you was raised. Talk about all of that to kind of like shine a light on that a little bit, bro.
You know, I got a great family.
Yeah.
You know, we all lived together and like growing up, you know, at my grandpa's house down in Frankfurt.
Yeah. We
all stayed together. So everybody real close.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, everybody love each other.
Yeah.
Every morning we had breakfast together. We came home, we had dinner together. No matter how many seats we did not have at the table, everybody was going to sit down and have a meal some way, somehow, whether you sat on the couch, on the floor, put your back against the wall.
1,000%.
We was all gonna eat together. So from a young age, all I knew was family. And my family is really my everything. I cried at Easter the other night because I just was sitting there and I was looking at everybody. And the other day I told my mom, I was in the kitchen, she was cooking some food, and I got my food and I was going on about my day. And my little brother, he get up every day at 6 a.m. to go get on the school bus. And that's a direct correlation to me getting up and going to practice. So he do it in different ways, but everybody got their own way in our family. Whether my mom, she getting up at 6:30 in the morning to cook breakfast, go to work, come back, cook dinner. She exhausted, she cleaning up. And she was a great role model for me. My dad, you know, I learned from him just his whole football career, what to do, what not to do. And he really showed me how to work hard. Growing up, he always told us, he said, I'm not going to force y'all to do nothing. When y'all ready to do it, I'm going to know, because y'all going to come to me and say, Dad, come on, we out. So I'm finally getting to that point where I'm like, hey, Dad, we out. We here in the gym. Come on. Even when I'm tired, he tired. Come on, we out. We got each other. We going to push each other. We going to go back and forth. And, you know, my family is really everything. My grandpa, he passed away a couple years ago. And he told me, our last conversation we had, he said, you know, hey, grandson, I want you to come break this house down and rebuild it for me. So from that day forward, I put a shoe. I had my Kyrie Irvings because I played basketball. This was the last basketball game that he seen me at. It was like a month prior to that. I had my Kyrie Irvings. And I put one at his gravesite and the other one on the back of my door. So every day I get up, I just look at it because I got to open my closet to get my clothes. And I'm like, I'm going to do what I promised. And whether it's, you know, I make it to the league, I truly believe I'm going to make it to the league. And if not, I'm going to have a great college degree. So some way, somehow, I'm going to be able to rebuild this house for him. And I'm going to make sure that my mom don't got to work again. And that's really my main goal, even though she don't even want that. My mom told me, she said, when you make it, I don't want nothing from you, son. I just want to stay with you. That's all. So it's pressure. It's pressure there only because I wanted to be. You know, like today, I got prom. I woke up, you know, went to work when my mom dropped her off, came back, woke my little brother up. We got dressed, ate some breakfast, went to the barbershop, came up here, and on a ride up here, I said, I ain't even work out yet. That's my mindset every day.
1,000%.
Even when I got time off, you know, I think it's just something that's instilled in me from my family, just how everybody work hard in their own perspective. You know, my aunt, she battling cancer right now, and every day she's smiling. So I want to be doing my family right if every day I got up, I ain't take full advantage of every opportunity.
Yeah, bro.
So when I'm getting up and I'm making my schedule, I got a calendar. Somebody send me something, send me a work, I put it on the calendar. Because that's just how I operate. I want to check things off the list as I go. You know, I listen to a lot of podcasts, and one of the main points that they hit on is taking small wins. We all want the big wins, so every day I woke up. That's a win. That's a win. Brush my teeth. I'm on time. That's another win. That's a win. So I try to count my wins as much as possible, because you win more than you lose, whether you see it or not. Yeah, bro. So I just try to see my wins. You know, I don't show it a lot. And my brother's probably like, dang, like, we ain't even hear him talk like this in a minute, because I just be trying.
Hey, let it out. Let it out.
I just be trying to work.
Yeah.
You know, I just be trying to work. I don't ever want to glorify myself, because at the prep, that was something that we was taught. You know, we scored touchdowns. We run back to the sideline.
Yeah, you don't even celebrate.
You don't even see it for real until you look back and you like, dang, like we really did that.
Yeah.
And the other day, Ike texted me. He said, you know, the trainers, everybody gonna love you. I said, yeah, I gotta get locked in the summer. He said, you've been locked in your whole life. And that really hit me, because like, I don't really take too many breaks unless I got injured or something. And even then, I'm still trying to work to get back. Yeah. So every day I get up and it's a schedule. I can't just get up and freelance and just roam about my day. And that's something I try to instill. That's something I try to instill in my family members, even though some of them older than me, some of them younger than me. I try to put that on our family, because, you know, my Uncle Tracy, he went to the prep, but he got kicked out. He was one of the first 3 black guys that went there, but he got kicked out, and he a Navy SEAL. Yeah. So he not around that much, but when he around, you know, he's super cool. Yeah. So me being able to connect with him as far as us going to the prep, it was just like, okay. But before I even seen him, because, you know, he's away a lot, you know, with that type stuff. And I was just like, dang, I'm the first person from my family to go to the prep. My brother went to private school too. But it was just like, I gotta give them everything I got. Got to. Like my aunt, she went to the hospital, right? She went to the hospital, y'all, and it was a waiting line. Yeah. I called one of my peoples from the prep. They come running over from the Union League, got her up in her room. Her cancer was cured in 2 months. So for me, I was crying, because I was just like,
That connection.
Just me being able to make a phone call at the drop of a dime was something that my mom, my dad, and Ike instilled in me to, really connect with people that you meet. I'm on a plane, I'm sitting next to somebody. I seen this guy, he had his glasses on and a book bag. That's all he had was a little book bag with a laptop in there. I was like, hey, how you doing today? Like, I just asked him a couple questions and come to find out, he a banker. And he worked with like a lot of major like hospitals just on where to put their money at and how to operate and things like that so that way your money don't get lost. And it was just like, I would have never knew that if I didn't ask questions. So every time I'm around somebody, anybody, you can be whoever, I'm just going to ask a couple of questions just to, check your temperature to see where you at and see if we can help each other in some way. Even if you can't help me, I can help you. This morning, I was down.
Let it out. I was
down CCB Moore. I was down CCB Moore. I seen 3 young kids, and they had a dad with them, but he was older. I thought it was his grandpa. I'm sitting in the car. I had $15 in my wallet, 15 ones. And he kept yelling at him like, stand still. They waiting for the bus. I'm like, I get out the car to go get the breakfast. I said, hey, y'all, look, I'm going to give y'all each $2, right? Y'all just stay here till the bus come. And then I promised them, I said, I'm going to take your dad number now. I got their dad number in my phone. I said, I'm going to give y'all 4 tickets to the first Temple game. Because for me, that's all it took. It only took somebody telling me we going to make this happen.
They could believe you.
So that way, once you believe, anything
is
is possible once you believe it. That's why I brought my little brother here today. One of his friends, he want to play football. But he 12 years old. He said, I don't think I can do it. I told him. He told me, he said, man, when you go on your podcast today, just say something about my friends so that way he can believe. So I just want to tell you, youngin, you can do it. No matter how late you start, how early you start, you just got to put the work in to do it. You got to work extremely hard. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not easy. Playing football not easy. And I think a lot of people like see us getting like NIL and those type things. And there's anomalies out there. Like guys is getting like crazy amounts of money. And guys is getting money in general. I was happy just... The other day, I was in my college counselor office, right? And my man came up to me, he said, bro, what? He said, Temple, I got to pay $44,000 a year. That's what he owed already. As soon as he applied, he submitted everything, he owed $44,000. My college counselor pulled up my thing, my application portal. It says $0. The other day, I called my mom, and I said, Mom, we gonna do it.
I'm telling you, yo.
I said, Mom, we gonna do it. She said, I believe you, son. I don't even think she knew what I was talking about. But she just got so much faith in me and so much faith in what they instilled in me that we gonna do it.
Yeah, man.
And
I love it, bro.
Like my family is my everything. My family, my everything. And
I love it, bro.
I'm really doing this for them, but at the same time, I'm doing it for me. I think we get lost a lot in, doing things for other people and not taking care of yourself. So these last couple of weeks, I just really been thanking God because they didn't believe in us.
Yeah, bro.
I played special teams. That's what I did. I played
in the beginning,
I played special teams, y'all. Like that's what I did. That's who I was. I was the punt blocker. I was just, you know what they call me? They call me punt block specialist. They seen me run out on the field. They knew a punt was coming. They knew I was
1,000%, bro.
Like I used to.
You was known for doing that prior to being known for being a receiver.
Prior to being known to being a receiver,
you earned it.
From there, I became a receiver. I really locked in on my skills.
Yeah, bro.
And it was just crazy to think that as a freshman, I was a quarterback, then I was a punt block specialist, and then I went to wide receiver, and I became a Division I player in just that short amount of time. But it wasn't that short amount of time because it was everything before that really shaped me into who I was and all the belief that my family had in me. So I just want to thank my family because I'm pretty sure they're going to watch this podcast. And I really just want to thank everybody because, without y'all, there's no me.
Yeah, bro.
And I appreciate everything that y'all do for me, whether I say it or not. And I don't really get to see my family that much just because I'm always at practice. I'm always working. And the way my mind is, I can't just chill. That's not who I am. I can't just chill. Like right now, I got some workout clothes on. After this, before prom tonight, I'm going to work out.
Yeah,
like
bro.
whether I got to do something.
Yeah.
And that's something I think I really get from my pop because like he can't sit still. He got to be doing something.
Yeah, bro.
And in my mind, I got to be doing something productive. And I think it come from my mom and my dad
bro.
for real, because every day, like I said, I wake up and I just see my mom. She get up, she do her normal routine.
Oh, yeah, man.
And she walk in my room, she say, "Boo, have a good day." And then she go on about her day, and we know we gonna see each other at the end of the night. And
Yeah, bro.
for the past 3-4 years, I get home 10 o'clock at night every night, and my little brother, he sleep. I try to go in his room, just mess with him, just lay on the bed with him,
Make
and
sure
just
he good.
make sure he cool. Cause I know being a younger brother that how you can feel when all the attention on one.
On one, yeah.
But I just want to tell him that I appreciate him. He here with me today, and I told my mom, he can stay home. He worked hard.
Nah, yeah.
And I just want him to see that you can do whatever you put your mind
Anything
to.
is possible, man. You know what I love about this, man? I love this because, and just hearing you talk, right? It's like it's flowing out of you. One, because you've been holding on to it. And two, I know both Kenny and Matt can relate to just like us as being men and having that responsibility and holding on to a lot of what we be going through. And to hear you take the floor for about 5 to 8 minutes just now, bro, that's how you can tell that like you've been holding on to a lot. And that is what we are doing here on this show, man. He 18 years old, coming in here articulating like he a grown man, like he a grown professional. And like you would have never got a chance to hear this if there was no Showtime Speaks to Keep Going podcast, if there was no Reds Camp Spotlight. Us building this platform, Matt, you being the forefront of this, me, you, Kenny, having this and creating this, like, bro, we are making a difference, bro. We are making a change. And like hearing you talk like this, man, I can't wait for the world, not just our community, but the world to hear this, bro, because
Thank you.
the whole world gonna hear this, man. And just hearing this, man, it's keep going, man.
And then just
keep going.
one more thing on that topic as far as family, growing up, like we talked about growing up, and I grew up in Frankfurt, like in Frankfurt, I grew up in Frankfurt. I didn't watch people get shot. Yeah. I didn't had to run across the street into the house and shut the door. Yeah. I didn't went to practice. The whole neighborhood then went on community trips with the church.
Yeah.
And really being able to shed light on my community because that's where I'm from.
Yeah, bro.
And everybody in that community really love one another.
Yeah.
Everybody don't got it, but I think that in the next couple years that I'm gonna be able to give back. And I was just talking to somebody from the prep about that. I was just like, when I make it, I'm gonna contribute to, students being able to come here because the opportunity that I was given, that I earned, it really changed my life. Like literally, like my mom would not have to pay for college. I don't have to take out any student loans. I was $0. I didn't have to pay for anything. I texted someone from Temple and I asked them about.
Is this?
It was something. I was like, which one should I choose? They said pick the unlimited one. We got it.
Yeah.
And for them to hear that, it was amazing because. Normally you ask your mom, it's like, I got.
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay.
It didn't feel real.
This where it's about to start paying off at. I don't really speak on it a lot. I don't like to just put it out there because I just rather work and just let it talk for itself.
Yeah.
But, I'm blessed to be here today. I'm blessed to have a family like I have, with all the trials and tribulations, because without them, I don't think I would be here because
1,000%.
growing up, it was hard.
It is, man.
It was hard. We had to share. We had to do everything we had to do because, times get tough.
It do, man.
And only thing you got is your family.
Is your family.
Whether
bro.
it got tough for me or it got tough for my family, we all felt it. Because if my mom feel it, I feel it.
I feel it, man. I know.
Like, I know when my mom feels something. She sit in the car. She play her music.
Yeah.
So when she feeling something, I'm feeling it. Even though she tried to hide it from us.
Yeah.
My mom never really told us about nothing until, recently.
Got older, yeah.
And like last year, she started telling us about stuff because she always wanted to shield us and protect us.
Yeah.
But, we going to be her shield soon enough.
Yeah, bro.
And that's why now, like, she called me out, I got it, Ma.
Yeah.
I got us.
I love it, bro.
And I just, even though I don't got it yet.
Yeah.
But I just want her to know that this ain't forever. It's about to turn around soon.
Yeah.
And, I
keep going.
I flex my connections here and there because we need something, we need that, and I make a call.
Yeah.
And those people that I can call, I appreciate y'all. It's a blessing to have y'all on my team, and it's a blessing to be able to collaborate and just do things in the community and do what we need to do. And my dad, his role in all this was really showing me the celebrity life.
Yeah.
I done been around a lot of big time celebrities.
Yeah, I see.
So I don't really get fazed
by being around.
By being big, by blowing up, because I was backstage. I met the biggest stars. I took pictures with the biggest stars. I was able to take my friends, backstage with me, and it just that's what I like to do. I like to take my boys out, just see everybody like, yo, like, and they be having money too.
It's real. It's real.
They be having money too, y'all.
Yeah.
And just to take them backstage, and I ain't spend no money on those tickets. I just knew the people.
Yeah.
That's where I always got in there. I just know people. That's why people always ask me, who you?
Who you know?
Yeah.
I say, I just know people. I'm not nobody.
Yeah.
But I can't say I'm not nobody no more because I put the work in. I am who I am.
Yeah.
And I'm the total package. I don't like to brag on it too much, but a lot of people can't do what we do.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm talking specifically about the prep because it ain't easy.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Let's save some of the prep stuff. We got some of that in the picture segment. Kenny, what you got before we get there, bro?
Nah, man. I mean, it was just so much that he was talking about. One thing that just stood out to me, that's something that I know that brings success. You was talking about that routine, man. I think, and that's something I'm trying to build, and I'm trying to come out with a program for kids with that, man, because I think the athletes that succeed the most is the ones that have a routine, not just waking up random times out the day, not just doing random stuff. One thing I call from you is you got a schedule, you know what I mean? And I feel like if you got a schedule, you organize. If you organize, your whole day can go smooth. This day, I'm waking up at 6 a.m. I got this. I got workout at this time. Then I go home, do this. Boom, boom. Next thing you know, your whole day is filled up with grind. And then next thing you know, throughout time, like you said, it took you 2-3 years to become a Division I athlete. Not just because it happened overnight, but you was putting all them hours in. All them hours in. All them set schedules. Getting up at 6, getting to it, eating right, working out. When you tired, boom, boom, boom. The next thing you know, that time came, that call came. Yeah. And now you going to school for free, and it's going to continue like that. It can't stop now, and I know you're not going to stop, but you're going to continue that, not just out your college career, but when you turn that pro, it's just going to be, boom, constant. I've been doing this. Yeah. So that's one thing I appreciate from you, man, and I got from you. So keep doing that, and, the sky's the limit for sure.
One more thing before we move on.
Yeah.
Somebody else that played a big role in my life was, council member Isaiah Thomas. That's my brother, basketball coach. As long as Ryan Smith, Mike Sanchez, there's been a lot of people that came in my life, Coach Leonard, that really shaped me into who I am. Just, they come in my life and they see a kid who worked hard, who locked in on school, and they help in any way possible. Mike Sanchez, that's my longtime coach. And we family. Me and his son Joe, he white, but that's like my brother.
Yeah, man.
And we best friends, like I can call him anytime, he can call me anytime. Yeah. And his family always looked out for me no matter what. Coach Ryan, he used to pick us up in his minivan that he had for his family. We'd drive to New York. We'd drive all over the East Coast to play basketball. Yeah. And it wasn't even about basketball. It was just about being able to be with my brothers and just, we all sleep in a car on a ride up there. We hop out at this pit stop, grab some food. And I think all those experiences really just shaped who I am today. Yeah. And I can't pinpoint it to one person because everybody has had their hand in helping. And it take a village. Everybody think that they can just do it on their own. I won't never say I did any of this on my own because I did. Yeah. I got my brother. I got all my brothers. I got my little sister. Yeah. I got my parents. I got my coaches. Yeah. I got my connections. Yeah. I got those dot connectors. Yeah. And I got people who, not even my family, but you can't tell me they're not family. Yeah. Like Ike, we
gonna get there. We gonna get there. Let's
save it.
Let's save it because we about to get there. But before we even get there, before we even get to the pictures and all that, with you saying all of this, right? It comes a certain responsibility that you have, right? And doing all these things and everything like that, right? Do you often, because I remember being young and being 18 and being at that age, do you often feel misunderstood?
I don't really be feeling misunderstood because I never really cared to fit in. Like, and I'm not saying that like I'm not liked or anything like that, but I don't party, I don't drink, I don't smoke. So I'm misunderstood in a lot of ways, just as far as, being outside, like why you not? Yeah. Like my thing is basketball games, football games, concerts. I go in a concert, I go back to the crib.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do too much because I know I gotta get up the next day.
Yeah.
We got practice. You know, I've been practicing for the past 4 years. We only get about 30 days off a year.
Yeah.
That's what it feel like anyway. And those days really not even days off because when you get back, you gotta be ready to go.
Yeah, bro.
So I don't think I'm misunderstood overall, but I just think in certain aspects of it, I'll be out like at a game or like, you know, at a concert and like I tap my brother and he know when I tap me and I give him that look and I shake my head like he know we out. Like we out. We got stuff to do. I called him this morning and I said, yo, bro, we out tomorrow. I mean, yesterday I called him. I said, yo, bro, we out tomorrow. He said, where we going? I said, we out. We got some stuff to do. He like, all right. I told him meet me somewhere at 11. He was there at 11. And that's just how we roll. And
you need somebody like that.
As long as I got my family that understand me.
Yeah.
And they told me the other night at Easter, they was like, yeah, we know it's hard. It's hard, we can tell.
Yeah,
I don't really talk too much, so every time I get the opportunity to talk, I just gotta let it all out.
Nah, we hear you. We hear you loud and clear.
So, you know, it's hard. It ain't easy.
Yeah,
you know, it's been times this year when, you know, things got tough. I wasn't playing up to my standard and to what my coaches believed that I can play at. And I would come home and I just sat on the bed and cried. And I never really told my mom or nothing, but one day I was just in my room. I had a bad practice and I was crying. And she just came in. She don't never come in my room. She came in. She just gave me a hug. And just to feel that love, it was just like, I ain't even had to say nothing.
You needed it.
Like, you know, I ain't even had to say nothing. But that next day, I went out, I practiced good.
Yeah.
And then I gave her a hug. Even though the practice wasn't even bad enough, it just like, you know, sometimes you just need a hug. You just need a handshake. You need to talk. And
bro.
Ain't nothing wrong with me. It's just that, you know, when you work so hard at something.
You wanted that bad.
You don't really like speak about it, you know, you just keep going.
Showtime speaks.
That's why every time I see y'all podcasts and stuff, I be like, you just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Like me and my little brother, our favorite song in the car is God Did.
Yeah.
That DJ Khaled.
Yeah, bro.
So every time they come on, like the other day, I was at my birthday party, it came on and I just started crying.
Nah, bro, right.
Because I was just like, God did, man.
Nah, man, you here, man. You here. I love it, man. Let's hop into the pictures, man. Listen, I know you on the time crunch.
No, we good.
But
I ain't gonna lie.
But look, we got prom tonight, man. This first picture, this you. This you.
Yeah.
This you. What kind of energy you bringing tonight, man? What kind of energy? What's the setup for tonight? Let's switch gears a little bit.
Tonight, man, I'm gonna go fly. Classy vibes on them, you know.
What color you got?
I got black tonight, but it's not just like no regular black.
Yeah, what you
doing? I got Soup God down. You know, I ain't gonna say where he at, but my guy Anthony, you know, he got that heat.
Yeah,
he got that heat. That's who me and my brother go to.
I want to know what wheel you pulling up in, because y'all be pulling up in some crazy stuff.
I ain't gonna lie. Tonight, we going beast mode on them. No,
it's senior prom, man. What's beast mode? What beast mode look like?
AMG 63. You know.
He said, come on.
Blacked out Batmobile. You feel me? You put that thing in, you know, you start that button, you hit that button, that thing.
You driving? You driving?
Yeah, I'm driving, man.
Okay, all right.
No,
you solo or you got a date?
I got a date. I got a girlfriend. So.
Okay. I know some people like going solo.
No, I don't like going solo. I like to be fly. So like when I'm going all out. And it's not even the last one. We got one more.
Oh, you got one? You got two?
We got another one.
Oh, she go to a different school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our school, all boys. So
I forgot about that.
We fly tonight. I ain't gonna lie.
I love it, man. Yeah, man. Yeah.
And the crazy part about it is, right, it's a suit at the end of the day. You know, we gotta wear like ties, shirts. So whenever somebody like, I went on so many proms because people ask me like, yo, you wanna go on my prom? Or like if I was like, there was my girlfriend or something. I just want to go because I like to get dressed up. When I was younger, and they used to ask me what I wanted for my birthday and for Christmas, I would say church clothes because I like to go to church.
But I love it, bro.
I love God. I love wearing suits too, bro.
I love God and all, but I just like putting on the tie and putting the jacket on.
Yeah.
They used to call me Little Bill. I had it one down to the green. My brother used to pound my head. So it was just like, when every time it's prom time, I get excited. Like it excites me to go on prom, you know?
Yo. I love this, bro.
I like wearing them. I like wearing them suits too, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a gym heavy, cool gym. Lululemon pants and stuff.
You
I love throwing them suits.
Hey,
on.
Mayor, you making this my
Love
favorite
throwing suits
episode, man. I love it, man. Let's switch up gears a little bit more, man. You've been talking about him. You've been talking about Ike. Talk about the relationship, man. There's a couple pictures of you and Ike, back when you was a kid and back where you are where you are now, man. Talk about the relationship, man.
Ike, he's somebody that came into my life at a young age,
Yeah.
and he family. You know what I mean? Like his daughters is like my little sisters. Every time I see them, we super like I'm happy to see them.
Yeah.
It's amazing because like you would never think like two worlds can collide like that. He played basketball and he a well established person who look out for the community heavily.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that I don't think he hear it enough. So every time it's his birthday or like like a event or something, I just let him know that I'm grateful because like what he has done for my family and just everybody being able to collaborate and come together to really push a person is like amazing because like everybody is backing me and I know at the drop of a dime he'll give it all and really just he check up on me random times of the day just always making sure that I know he there. Anything that's going on, he there for me.
Yeah.
It's a big event. He making sure I'm there. He making sure I'm having a good time, but not only having a good time, but making connections and meeting people because every time we go somewhere, I'm pretty sure in both of these photos, I shook a couple hands and I told a couple people my name. And from there, we just started to build relationships of our own because I'm pretty sure in the back of his mind, like he know that I'm going to grow up and it's just going to be me at some point. And he going to be by my side, but he not going to always be able to be with me. He got his own family. So he has done a great job in just showing me the way regarding business and how to carry yourself and how to be in certain rooms and when to speak, when not to speak, when to listen,
big shout out
when to
Ike,
just
man.
nod your head and just go along. And then he also told me when to challenge things. That's why they used to call me the lawyer because I would challenge people. Like after I seen you do something a couple times, like, that was my evidence. So when I come back to you,
Speak up on
I speak up on it.
Yeah.
And that's something like we really honed in on because we just took it from a negative thing to a positive thing. So that way, when I come on shows like this, I'm able to speak and not be, nervous or and not be like, jittery, timid, scared.
Yeah.
And
You're doing a great job, bro.
Ike's somebody I'm forever grateful for.
Yeah.
And I think that at some point, like he gonna keep doing this. Like this, I'm not the only kid. He family. At the end of the day, he family.
Yeah.
But like my time at the prep is coming to an end, and I shook a couple hands, and I said, we got some more kids coming, because we do. We got some more kids from the trenches coming. We got some more kids from public school coming. I was sitting in the meeting, and they said, "Yeah, we don't offer public school kids because they scores ain't good enough." I met the guy afterwards. I said, "Hey, I'm pretty smart. I think I'm smarter than some of the kids that you give to." So from there, he was just like, he said, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah, you can check the numbers. You like numbers. I like numbers too."
Yeah.
He checked the numbers, and that night we got a phone call, and it was like, oh.
Yeah.
So
that's gonna be our next conversation.
Ike is somebody that's, he a blessing. He makes sure that I'm good. He check me when I'm wrong.
Yeah.
He tell me the good, he tell me the bad, and he always makes sure that I'm not confusing two things. Ike know his role, I know my role. Mm-hmm. Everyone know their role. If you don't know your role and you on a team, you can't be a part of a team.
1,000%, bro.
So with him, he tells me like, hey, make sure you go talk to so-and-so because that's going to be a good person to have in your corner and make sure they know who you are. Or he'd tell me, hey, you got to tighten up. You ain't been in the gym. You ain't been in the gym in a day. What's going on?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I'm getting there. I'm feeling sick. And he'll say, you feeling sick? Send me some medicine. Or, yo, go to get this medicine. He always making sure I'm good. And I think my parents and him got a great relationship because nobody feel like, somebody stepping on each other's toes or, he trying to take over or anything like that. Nah, he makes sure, like the other day he told me, he said, you got some great parents, bro. He said, a lot of people don't got good parents like you. And I'm grateful to have them because it's tough. It ain't easy. And he always let me know, like, it ain't easy. Like no matter how much you got, it's hard. Like it's hard to do what we try and do and make it. So I'm I don't know really what to say. You know, me and him know our connection that we got.
Yeah, bro.
And he's just an amazing person. He always looks out for me. He looks out for my family, and he always makes sure we good. So I'm forever grateful to him. And you know, I just want to say thank you because without him, you know, I don't know where I would really be. I think I would still be in a good position, but he elevated me to a different level.
Exposed you to something different and showed you something different.
Yeah, just like the mindset, you know, like
hey, Kenny, we got my fault to cut you off. Kenny, we got St. Joe's Prep next. I know I just wanted to fairly give you a warning. I know you a LaSalle guy. You feel me?
Yeah, I don't know.
I wanted to say this story too, man. I went up to young boy after the game, say, yo, man, good game, man. We supposed to get some work in. He looked at me like I was crazy.
No, I ain't gonna lie. Like, let me get to that. But the last thing I want to say about Ek, though, he a great person.
Yeah.
And he makes sure that I know how to connect the dots.
Yeah.
And if you don't got somebody on your team that's showing you how to connect the dots and just putting out examples for you, then you know you might gotta cut them from your team because with him, he makes sure that I know every step of the way that he got my back, and he makes sure that I know every step of the way that if something was to go wrong, I can come to him. Yeah. There's no judgment. He's just gonna show me how to be better, and I'm forever grateful for that. Now on to you, Kenny. Right?
You remember that?
No, listen.
After the game, I remember youngin.
He said we supposed to get some work in. Ike sent me his page, right? He was outside working. He like, you gotta get with him, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. We gonna get with him. But the prep, we just be busy. So, like, you know, and y'all in the county. So I'm from the city. Everywhere I go, 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. My haircut, the stadium, everything close.
It's far.
Right? So
it's far.
We lost the first game. I was hurt. You know, we lost the first game.
Hurt,
Feel me? Got back. Second game. We played good, but we could have did better. You know, I dropped a couple passes and all that. So I was a little.
I was there at that game.
I was upset. I ain't gonna lie. Like we won.
Yeah, you was tight.
We won, but we don't go off that. Like at the prep and in my life, we don't judge it based on wins. We judge it on like how we perform. Yeah. And I didn't perform to the best of my ability. So even though like the stats say I had a good game, but I know that I can do better.
It could be better, yeah.
So when I seen him, he like, yo, young, he like, what's up? We supposed to get some work in. I'm like, yeah. All right. Dapped him up. I dapped him up. And then right, I seen a picture on his Instagram later that day. I'm like, no, I hope in my head, I'm like, I hope I ain't messed that. I hope I ain't messed that relationship.
No, you ain't messed that.
I'm like, Ike sent me him the other day. I'm like, oh,
yeah, because Ike talked to me and we talked about trying to get you some stuff set up with doing some stuff with us. So it's kind of funny just to hear that story because I remember we talked about this after the game. He was like, yeah, I went up the beer, and he was like, it was just like, dang, what happened? That's fun. That's a funny story though. But yeah, like on to St. Joe's Prep, bro. We got a couple of pictures of you at St. Joe's Prep, and you know,
I just want to know, like this time short, just tell us like the most valuable lesson that you learned from going to St. Joe's Prep, because you talked about him a lot. But what's your like the biggest lesson you think you learned from there?
Yeah,
the biggest lesson that I learned, sure and simple, is that nobody's bigger than the program.
I like that.
And I say that in regards to, we didn't had a lot of NFL draft picks. We done had a lot of young black men that came through the school and done a lot of great things in football. But it's been times where they sat me down and told me, hey, you're a good football player and all, but there's more of you. Meaning that you're great, but there's always somebody that's coming to take your spot. And at the prep, they don't fear sending somebody. They don't fear sending you on the sideline to teach you a lesson and losing the game or losing that quarter and being down at half, because they know that the work that we put in, we're going to be able to recover. So the most valuable lesson that I have learned from them is that no one is bigger than the program, no one is bigger than the system. And as black young men, that's something that we gotta learn, because in life, we ain't bigger than nothing, because at the end of the day, in the drop of a dime, everything can be taken away from us, whether that's being pulled over by the police, you know, certain injustices that happen that's going on that's evident in the world. Yeah. So I mean, that's really the most valuable lesson I learned. And another lesson that I really learned that stuck with me is that you ain't always gonna get what you want, but you gotta make the most out of what you got. So I think I did that this year. I was hurt for a couple games, and I did some things that cost me some time, just because of like I said, I'm a lawyer, talking too much. And I'm not ashamed of that, because it really shaped me into who I am today, because at college it only get harder. So, the experiences that I had at the prep, it set me up for college. So I'm forever grateful for that. We was able to win our third state title, but, that's what we do. So I don't really count that. That's a big accomplishment in a lot of people's eyes. But for us, this is what we do. We win.
Yeah.
And
I like it, bro.
Winners win.
Yeah, I like it, man. Let's shift gears a little bit too, man. On topic of that, signing day, Temple, signing day for your boys. Talk about this picture in general and what going to Temple means to you.
Backstory. After our spring showcase last year, right? It was supposed to be a big day for me.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of schools I talked to, a lot of meetings, a lot of phone calls, a lot of excitement running down the steps and thinking that we going big time. And after the showcase, I did everything that everybody wanted me to do. And at the end of it, I was the last kid on the field. And it was me, my coach, and another coach, and a couple of our other players. And the Temple coach, Coach Teron Carrier, said to our Coach Ryan, and said, "Who your best two wide receivers that you got this year?" And he pulled me over and another kid. And he said, "Why don't y'all F with Temple?" He said, "Why don't Philly F with Temple?" I said, "Because Temple don't F with Philly." Straight up. I was over it. I had my cleats off. I looked him dead in his eyes. I said, "Because Temple don't F with Philly." And he said, "Well, we're going to change that." I said, "We'll see." Because I never put all my eggs in a little basket. I knew that I had school. I can go to school. My mom worked at Temple. I could go to school and just get a college degree. And I'll be happy with that, because I'm going to go right down the street to City Hall, and I'm going to change our city around. Yeah. And that's where I was at. Yeah. So after that, Mother's Day came, and he was at the table, and he called. He said, "Hey, I'm on the phone." But early in the day, he was like, "Yo, what you doing now?" I said, "I'm taking my mom out to dinner." At where was that? Black Hen. Took my mom out to dinner, me and my brothers. And he said, "All right." So he called me. I get my mom on the phone. I said, "Yo, it's about to happen." So my brother was recording. He always got the camera out. And he offered, and I just seen my mom's face. And when I seen her face light up, it was like magical, because she get up every day and she worked. So to be able to see that weight lifted off her shoulders, it was just like, okay.
To get that offer from Temple?
Yeah, got that offer from Temple. It was just like, okay. But I always told my teammates, because we used to make fun of Temple. I ain't even gonna lie, we used to make fun of Temple. And now that the college landscape has shifted, people want to go to schools like Temple and try and play, but at some point that opportunity not gonna be there, because we gonna be good. We got a great coaching staff and we got some great players coming in. And I used to tell my boys, I said, "Y'all, I ain't got no problem with going down the street. We in the city. I like the city. City Hall up the street. I can go intern with Councilmember Isaiah Thomas. I can build my connections there, and I can be a businessman." So when I got the offer, I went in my coach's office and I said, "Hey, coach, if I go to such and such and such and such, and I ball out and do what they say, and I don't get the offer and I can't commit, then we going to Temple." And I'm happy with that. He said, "You sure?" I said, "I'm happy with that. I'm great." And just be able to see that it's free, school free.
Yeah, I love it, bro.
So
Yeah, school free. That's love.
So this part of the episode, man, is when, it's the keep going segment. So basically, you talk about a time in your life where you had to find a way to keep going. And, you were down, you were out, and you needed to pick it all back up. Talk about that moment, man.
I would probably say after our first game down in Ohio. People don't know, but I don't know. People might know, but I think I got targeted 18 times that game. It was our first time, first year starter, quarterback, first year starting wide receiver, even though I was a senior, right? And I dropped the ball a lot. I cost us the game, actually.
Yeah.
So if I would have caught the ball and I would have caught the touchdowns that was thrown to me, we'd have won. And I truly believe that. And I came back to school and I was benched.
Yeah.
Senior year. People don't know that though. Because we keep everything in house. But I was benched. I had to go back to practice. I had to earn my spot.
Yeah.
And I had to get it. And things were said to me that hurt me. And I just had to keep going because I know that my family is relying on me.
Yeah.
They not relying on me to give them anything, but they relying on me to fulfill my dreams, because if I fulfill my dreams, then that's gonna make them happy. And making them happy is,
Yeah.
and they know that once I fulfill my dreams, I'm gonna be happy as well. So they see me happy, they become happy. I see them happy, I'll become happy, you know? So I worked every day to get back to where I needed to get back to. And I had a couple good games. I got injured, but I had a couple good games, and I was able to finish with about like 500 yards, 8 touchdowns. And a lot of people would say that's good, but I don't think I really lived up to who I am yet. I just think we just getting started because,
Yeah.
like I said, I had to grind. It wasn't nothing given to me, nothing. Like I had to go through extra obstacles just because of, you know, me. Because I'm not gonna pit on nobody else, because nobody else can't, you know, dictate what you do. So because of things that I did and decisions that I made regarding football, I had to get out of the hole.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to say it because it's shaped me into who I am today.
Yeah.
Because now I know, don't get in that hole, because you don't want to feel like, you don't want to feel like the bottom of the barrel. You don't want to feel not wanted. You don't want to feel sad. You don't want to feel down and out. Because I really felt down and out. But my mom, when she sat down on the bed with me and gave me that hug, it was just like, God, keep going.
Yeah, bro.
And that's why I think God did really one of my favorite songs. Because like my little brother, I see him singing that joint, and we just keep going. Like we bouncing off of each other. We singing the songs. We excited. And at the end of the season, you know, we three-peated. I think we finished like 36-4 over my last 4 years. And a lot of people say that's a great career. But in my eyes, it was more that I could have done. I missed a lot of opportunities. I left a lot of money out on the field. And I don't plan on doing that in college. That's why I've been grinding the way I've been grinding, because when the opportunity come, I don't want another pass to go through my hands. I don't want to miss another block. I don't want to miss an assignment.
Yeah.
So I'm doing everything in my power so that those things don't happen. Because I don't want to feel down and out. I want to feel like the top dog.
Yeah.
Because
man.
I got what it take, and I truly believe that. My family instilled in me values to be that top dog, because my dad always told us, he said, I'm not no worker. He said, I'm a boss.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. I'm going to work to get everything that I want.
1000%,
And ain't nothing been given to me. I earned everything. And I just want to say that I'm forever grateful for everybody that I got in my corner, everybody that's on my team, and all those that's soon to be on my team, because without y'all, there's no me.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it, man. Kenny, you want to close before we close?
Yeah, man. This is what it's about, man. Rameir, like, it's about, you know, giving you a voice, man. And you came on here today and did just that, bro. That's why we want to continue doing this, putting the spotlight on the youth, the up and coming college, pro, whatever, going into pro, going into college, to give you guys a voice to really let people know, not just the athlete, but the person. And you did that today, man. And your mindset, your how you carry yourself, bro, the confidence, bro, I don't got no doubt in my mind that good things is to come, bro. So keep being you, always remain you, bro. And I'm sure all three of us will get some work in before you head out the temple. And again, bro, keep God first and keep being you for sure.
Thank you,
man, for sure, man. Just like as we close, man, I think that like I'm just extremely grateful for this platform. I'm extremely grateful to have you on the show, Rameir. Like this was truly special, not only just for us individuals, us being here, but how many people's lives we're going to impact and influence just by watching and being a part of something like this, man. Like this is what Showtime Speaks is all about. This is what we're trying to build. You know, like I'm proud of you, kid, just to be able to hear you talk, enunciate, and to be honest, bro, you was healing. That's what today was, man. I saw a person sitting in that seat healing from speaking about how he's really been feeling. And don't ever feel like you can't talk. You feel what I'm saying? And I love the fact that, like, bro, it was times where, like, we didn't really have to say nothing, bro, because you were just pouring it out. And I love that about this, because that's what that seat is for. So many people have sat in that chair right there, have cried, have talked about things that they've been through, have talked about things that they overcame, and talked about how they found a way to keep going. And to have you sit in that seat, to watch you heal, to watch you tell your keep going segment, your story, what you've been through, how you doing it, and what you going to do to go forward, going into college and going to go do what you do, go be great. Go do exactly what you set out to do. But also, I like that you took ownership in the way that you said you were and what got you benched or whatever the case may be or what you had going on. You figured out a way to get yourself back on track and get back on, got the love from your mom, felt that love, and, bro, you did something about it, bro. And that's what life is. Life is that. Life is finding a way through the times where you don't feel like you got enough to give. And when you feel like you've made a mistake or you did something wrong. So watching you talk about that as an 18-year-old kid that's growing to be a man, I'm proud of you, kid.
Thank you.
So as we come to a close, man, continue to walk on this journey with us, y'all. Continue to be with us. And you already know it's always going to be Showtime Speaks.
What's the matter with you? There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.